A lot of people looking at NVDA wondering, should they take profit? Is it time to short this thing? Could they make a lot of money by being contrarian? And I'd say, you're crazy, pal. You don't want to be shorting NVIDIA. It could go another 50% and take 5 more years to come back down. This is an uptrend. What you want to be looking to is potential opportunities off the back of NVIDIA, such as TSM, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Now, part of the reason that NVIDIA have had such strong results is because they've been helped in the manufacturing process by TSM due to the CEO, Jensen Huang's relationship with the CEO of TSM. So look at this thing when it starts moving up. We've got this previous high in around 140. When prices get to that area, I'd be very cautious. I'd look at any stage from now onwards, if NVIDIA does come back down again, for a test of that 200 period moving average on the 4 hour, which is currently confluent with a golden pocket retracement, should it be that TSM breaks back below 120. So risk is on anywhere in this zone from the potential for it to put in a double top and come back down again. Now, part of the reason that you'd be wondering about NVIDIA is because they're currently trading at 40 times sales, which makes them the most expensive company on the stock market based on a relationship to market cap and forward-looking sales. So there is no more expensive company. It's also true to say that when you're on the daily time frame, the RSI, it's made a significant pullback before going on again there, but it's made it up to around 85. So it could well be that price action struggles when the RSI finds itself up back towards this zone again, around these 85 levels. If you go to the weekly time frame, you can see that it's up at around 86 and change. This is significant, right? Onto the monthly. This is where people would look at the RSI on NVIDIA and be concerned, because you've obviously got this trend line, right? And you're right at the top side of it now. Plus, if we're to focus back again on price action, you're clearly putting in higher highs. So people are worried if it's extended too much, does it need to come back down again? And I would say, rather than short this thing itself, there are various options. You could take a synthetic ticker that uses call options as 1/3 of its constituency and sells them each month, yielding 3 to 4% on top of your investment. At the same time, you could be completely bonkers and short NVIDIA to try and cover that position with about 70% short over your long position, with the rest of it collected in premium. I don't think that these are the strategies you should be looking to when a stock is screaming to new highs. And I think trying to judge the top or the bottom equally difficult, and there's no point, especially if you're long. So rather than short this thing, which is in an extremely strong move to the top side, despite the fact there's an obvious gap below that it could go to, and the RSI is extremely high on the weekly and monthly time frame, where you're also meeting a trend line, TSM perhaps offers the best opportunity. If we watch it approach 140, it could well come back down from that point onwards. You might be looking for an entry on those things. RSI has just made a strong pullback, and if this thing breaks into the bullish control zone, then you could get in that early, managing it with a stop in profit and watch it rise up potentially another $20 or more. Now, that's a potential trade setup that makes sense. It's also true to say that NVIDIA pulling back doesn't necessarily mean bad news for the sector at large, nor does it mean that TSM would take a hit, because the particular nature of what makes NVIDIA so strong is partly the AI market segment, the chips that are there for that, and the accelerator, the software and hardware combination offered by NVIDIA. Now, the biggest customers of NVIDIA have also got the potential to develop their own chips along with similar software, which will exploit the underlying technology and derive a product for these three particular companies, the three biggest customers of NVIDIA, who would still be customers of TSM. And so we don't necessarily anticipate a hit to TSM's market share, especially because of the nature of this industry. So you'd be looking at the potential for a pullback that might end up being a really good long if the market overall keeps going to the top side and you get an entry back around 100 on TSM. It's true to say though, if that level doesn't hold, could be coming back down and testing the prior lows in around 84. If that doesn't work, you'd be looking at 74 and then 60. But I'm not anticipating those lows in the middle of this move to the top side, it itself being an uptrend and it flipping back around October 22. This is the lows in the overall market, as you know. That's when we turn around. So SPY pushing back towards these highs we talked about. Cut the basis line in this channel, and even if it is going to collapse, whoops daisy, even if it is going to collapse, the chances are that it would put in at least another test of these previous highs. A huge gap now to be wary of. Price action though, lower side of that, back along with our previous high. A lot of divergence on the RSI. We are on a 4-hour time frame here, so I wouldn't completely rule out a retracement back down as far as 45.5, 46. But at the moment, it's in an uptrend. It's caught the 50s, its basis line, the 21 exponential, and it's gone in line with this linear uptrend. So until such times as we see the bottom line of support on this parallel channel break, I wouldn't anticipate shorts being an ideal starting point of that opportunity right yet. So that's what we're looking at across the market. If you'd like me to cover anything in particular, no matter the ticker, you can let me know with a donation in the links below. Find your way there, easy peasy. Send me a donation and let me know what ticker it is you'd like me to have a look at, and I'll do a good deep dive into possible opportunities, short term and long term, with that ticker. Or let me know your trade setup and I'll try and do something there. So it'd be really appreciated if you want to support the show. 2 people have done it so far in February. Thank you very much. End of the month coming up. Lots of opportunities then as spring arrives. Let me know if you'd like me to take a look at things. Thanks very much. Hit that like button. Join me on the Discord, www.discord.gg/rockyoutcrop. And if you want to support the show, you could become a YouTube channel member or join my Patreon at patreon.com/Tradespotting. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.